make sure everybody else. Welcome, 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 and hello, and welcome to the Visionary Leaders Collective podcast. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Aisha Harley, and I am one of the founders of the Visionary Leaders Collective, and we are so thrilled that you have all joined us live today. It just warms our heart to see your beautiful faces, and hello to everyone joining us on the podcast recording. So please check out the full list of our community offerings at hellovisionary.life. You can also find us on Instagram and YouTube and all of your favorite podcast channels. And of course, your 5-star rating on this podcast means the world to us. This really helps other people find us and discover all the wisdom we have to share. Joining us today, we have Doctors Julie Kaneshiro and David Shapiro. They are the founders of a thriving clinic in Hilo, Hawaii, dedicated to serving veterans with chronic pain. And their commitment to family care is so inspiring, as they also live with Julie's mom and uncle. Collaborating with Doctors Mika Karu, who's also a naturopathic doctor and licensed acupuncturist, and the doTERRA Butterflies team, they so generously support their doTERRA community and customers. Recently, they have achieved the doTERRA Gold Leader status, and we celebrated them at convention. We were so excited to do that, which is a true testament to their belief in the doTERRA's commitment to purity, global healing, and worldwide impact. For over 10 years, their loving, joy-filled approach has been the cornerstone of their doTERRA leadership. Today, they are going to share with us healthy habits and essential oils for everyday life. We will learn the 3 cool things about essential oils, how to use them safely and effectively, and how to upgrade your health with our daily wellness routine, and how to best get them into your home. And if interested, how to get our products for free while helping friends and family do the same. So it is my absolute pleasure to introduce to you Doctors Julie Kaneshiro and David Shapiro. I'll pass it on over to you.
Thank you, Aisha.
Good morning, everybody. And are you seeing our screen already?
Okay, great.
Saying healthy habits. Okay. So good morning, everybody. And thank you for being here with us. We appreciate, and good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. And we appreciate you choosing to spend this time with us. And we're going to talk about healthy habits and essential oils for every day.
Before we jump into the slideshow, I just want to say how grateful we are to be part of Visionary Leaders. We have the most amazing team, and we're so glad you're here with us.
So the first thing is 3 cool things about essential oils. I'll take this whole slide.
Okay.
So they're safe, they're effective, and they're affordable. Let's go over safe. So safe, they're 100% natural, safe, no side effects, no addictions. We like to say they have side benefits, not side effects. And they're extracts from plants with amazing health benefits. And they're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. The example we use is tangerine, and it's part of our daily protocol. And this whole class, we're going to talk about our daily protocol. It's what Julie and I do every day. It's what we recommend as foundational support for all of our patients. And we don't know anybody on earth that would not benefit from it. So we recommend this for everybody. And at the end, there's a kit that contains everything that you need for the daily protocol.
It was created by Dr. David Hill, one of the founders of doTERRA, and Dr. Mika, who introduced us to doTERRA, introduced us to this protocol, and it's really amazing. And you can scale it up and down, slow it down.
So we start in the morning before we have breakfast, with a drop of tangerine essential oil and a drop of frankincense, which will be probably on the next slide. Essential oil in a big quart of water, and we put it in a glass container or a metal container or a ceramic container. We want to avoid plastics because we don't want the oils to leach any chemicals out of the plastic. And we just drink that before breakfast. And if you're wondering, any of the citrus oils are really, really, really good for a gentle cleanse of your liver. And the reason we chose to partner with doTERRA is because we can be sure that their oils are pure. doTERRA created a benchmark in the industry for purity of essential oils called CPTG, Certified Pure Tested Grade. Because before doTERRA, there was no regulation in the industry, and you couldn't be sure when you bought a bottle of essential oil, even if it said 100% pure essential oil, organic, all that stuff on the label, you couldn't be sure that that's what was in there. So doTERRA tests 8 different times between when the raw materials come out of the ground and when it gets into the bottle and gets to the end user. So we know what's on the label is the only thing that's in there. Nothing is made in a lab. Nothing is added. There are no fillers. There are no pesticides. There are no heavy metals. It's all tested. And you cannot be sure with any other company. We know because they've been tested, and many of them have additives and are not safe for internal use.
But doTERRA is.
doTERRA is. So that's why we go with that. And in our water, a drop of tangerine and a drop of frankincense essential oil. And so safe. The next one is effective. Another cool thing about essential oils. And our example here is On Guard, which is our immune support blend from doTERRA. And it's more effective than many modern approaches to health issues. And it's more effective because essential oils penetrate the cell membrane. So a lot of modern medicines are water-based, and they're repelled by the cell membrane. Many antibiotics can't get into the cell because they can't penetrate the cell membrane. That's why when you have a viral infection, most of the time they're not going to give you antibiotics because it can't affect virus, which is inside the cell. With essential oils, they can penetrate the cell. You can penetrate the cell wall and actually have effects inside the cell.
Membrane.
They can penetrate the cell membrane, thank you, and have effects inside the cell. So they're effective. And we like to take a proactive approach. So down the road, we can avoid going to the emergency room whenever possible. So On Guard. And when you see these 3 letters, A, T, and I, it means you could use it aromatically, topically, and internally.
You're giving away the next part.
Well, we're gonna talk about that in the next slide. So they're very, very, very effective. On Guard is part of our daily protocol too. Every morning when we get up, even before we have our big glass of warm water with tangerine and frankincense, we put a drop of On Guard and a drop of Balance, which is on the next slide, on the bottoms of our feet. On Guard boosts our immune system and gets our system ready for any threats that we might face that day. And the Balance grounds us, and we'll talk about that on the next slide. And then the third cool thing about essential oils is that they are affordable. They're more affordable than traditional medical care. They're only pennies a dose. And if we can save even one trip to the emergency room, they pay for themselves over and over and over. Not to mention time off work and gas to go to the hospital and inconvenience. So we reach for our essential oils all the time. The example here is lavender. And lavender we have pretty much in every room in the house and in our medicine chest and in our car. We've got lavender everywhere. Lavender is a powerful, powerful antihistamine. So we have it in our car because anytime we get a bug bite or a bee sting or anything like that, or a cut or a scratch, lavender just takes the itch away and starts the healing. And we have it in our bedroom because it's part of the daily protocol. So in the morning on our feet, we put a drop of On Guard and Balance. In the evening, we put another drop of On Guard on the bottom of each foot, plus a drop of lavender, because lavender also relaxes you and helps improve the quality of your sleep. And sometimes we diffuse lavender as well. And Julie, what do you do with lavender at night?
On my pillow.
Yep. So she puts a drop or 2 on her pillow, so she's just smelling it during the night. And it helps improve the quality of our sleep. So lavender, not to mention burns. Okay, let's mention burns. So if you have a sunburn lavender, slather it with lavender. We have it in our kitchen as well, because if we burn ourselves, on a pot or a pan, or, some boiling water, we reach for the lavender and we douse it with lavender immediately, because the antihistamine effect just decreases the inflammation and starts the healing. So that's that one. Let's go to the next slide. Oh, it went too many slides. Here we go.
Oh,
what happened? So you know what? We must have skipped ahead.
One.
So we're going back. The goal of this class is to empower you with natural solutions. Learn 3 cool things about essential oils, which we just did. Learn 3 ways to use essential oils. Julie's going to do that in a minute. We're going to introduce you to Dr. Hill's daily habits. That's what I call our daily protocol. We'll learn how to get the oils into your home, and why doTERRA and why now. Let's see if we can do this correctly this time. It's still, we're not finding it.
Oh,
there it is. Okay, so let's go. So this is your favorite one.
This is my favorite slide. Okay,
and I'll jump in with MetaPower.
So just a teaser. That wellness starts at the cellular level, and we put this picture of the MetaPower kit, which was introduced last year and is amazing. You wanted to talk a little bit?
Oh yeah. So MetaPower, I was going to do that after you did this. Oh, just a little bit. Well, in a few weeks, I think it's next month, we're going to have a class all about MetaPower. And so definitely tune in. MetaPower addresses 3 different epidemics of our time. The first one is obesity. So if you know anybody that's having a problem with their weight, tune into that class. The second one is blood sugar handling. If you know anybody, and that goes hand in hand with obesity. So blood sugar problems and diabetes. If you know anybody that is struggling with that, have them come to the class on MetaPower. And then the third epidemic is my joints hurt. It's everywhere. If you know anybody who's struggling with pain in their joints, or those are the 3 main ones. Have them come to that class. And I'll turn it back to you.
Okay.
For the wellness.
The wellness pyramid. I love this about doTERRA, because in our lives as doctors, we focus on, well, it's so easy to focus on disease, on pain, but with doTERRA, we focus on wellness, and that's so important. So this is the wellness pyramid that we keep going back to in our practice and in our lives, to focus on the nutrition and digestion, movement and metabolism, rest and managing stress, reducing toxicity and swapping out doTERRA's amazing products, and then informed self-care and proactive medical care. So it's so great, our focus on wellness.
And we already did safe, effective, and affordable.
Okay, so 3 ways to use essential oils. We know this. We intuitively, and in our lives, we already do this with essential oils in different ways. There's aromatically, topically, and internally. So aromatically, just as David is doing now with our peppermint oil, it's
one of my favorites.
Yeah. In this photo, we have lavender that we diffuse in our diffusers, but you can put a drop in your hand and just breathe it in. It positively affects your mood to experience essential oils aromatically. It cleanses the air and it supports the respiratory system.
And I love peppermint aromatically, just putting it on my palms and taking some deep breaths, because sometimes I get headaches. And if I take peppermint when I feel the headache coming on, often I don't get the headache.
Yeah.
A pro tip, peppermint.
Topically.
Oh wait, another pro tip,
okay.
Don't touch your eyes. If you touch your eyes, it will burn, especially with peppermint. So if that ever happens, don't put water in your eyes. Go into the kitchen, get any kind of cooking oil, and douse your eyes with that. So coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil. Yeah, it's oil based, and that will put out the fire immediately.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's one of the most important safety. So thank you very much. Topically. So, okay, so Deep Blue Rub, as we know with doTERRA, is an amazing product for aches and pains, and you can put it on wherever there's, you want your knee or your shoulders or your low back. for a localized benefit. And you can dilute the essential oil with fractionated coconut oil for best results. It helps to penetrate into the skin, into the body even more. And the photo here is of balance, which David said, as you mentioned earlier, is part of our daily protocol. But balance was my we call it gateway oil. It was my first doTERRA oil that I fell in love with, how it smelled and how it made me feel grounded and calm and relaxed. And I loved all of the woodsy smells. So I love that this photo is in this slide. And then internally, you can take essential oils.
And of course, balance is part of the protocol. That's the
Yeah.
one that we put along with On Guard on the bottom of our feet, just to drop,
Yeah.
to ground us after wherever we've been during the night, in our dreams, bring us back into our bodies for the day.
It's true. Internally is the third way to use essential oils. And the photo we have here is of a woman putting a drop of oil in a glass and drinking it internally. And we use frankincense, and we do that every single morning as part of our daily protocol. And so you can enjoy it, as David said, a glass, stainless steel ceramic of water. You can also put it in a veggie capsule or under your tongue. And if you have any questions, reach out to the person who invited you or one of us in Visionary Leaders, Essential Wellness, and we can help you with this step too. But essential oils have been in food and in drinks for as long as we know. So we've already been doing this.
And a word about frankincense. Frankincense crosses the blood-brain barrier.
Yeah.
So when you take one drop of frankincense, affects every cell in your body. So at doTERRA, we say, when in doubt, frankincense. It's one oil that we would never, ever, ever be without. We use it every day. It has a protective effect for the DNA of every cell in your body. It's we highly recommend it, and that's why it's part of our daily protocol, along with the lemon or any citrus for a very, very gentle cleanse of the liver. And you know what I didn't say about lemon is that you can use it to clean surfaces in your house too. So you can drop it on your cutting board to kill germs. Lemon and all of the citruses are just wonderful for that.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about Lifelong Vitality Pack?
Gosh, there's so much. So this is doTERRA's #1 product, even as an essential oil company. It's so fantastic. And David calls us vitamin, no supplement snobs, which I don't know about that, but
well, wait, the reason I call it supplement snobs is we're both doctors, and just about every week somebody comes into our office trying to sell us the next fad on supplements, and we can get the ones that only doctors can get, and then we mark them up and we sell them to the patients. And so we thought those were the best ones, and then we tried doTERRA and we realized, hey, we didn't have the best ones. doTERRA has the best ones, and we've been using them ever since. And so there's 3 different bottles in the Lifelong Vitality Pack. The first one is VM or Microplex VMZ, which is their vitamin and mineral formula, which is all natural, all plant, all food-based vitamins and minerals.
There is a vegan version.
And there is a vegan version. And then XE Omega, which is the essential 3, 6, and 9 fatty acids that are so good for our brain and our heart and our joints. And that also contains some essential oils in that one too. And then Alpha CRS, which has everything you can think of, everything but the kitchen sink to decrease inflammation in the body. And underlying just about every condition you can name is inflammation. So if we get inflammation under control, that's a really good foundational support. So that's why this is part of our daily protocol, and it's foundational. We recommend it for all our patients, even before we start treating them for any kind of specific ailment they may have. We want to get them out of the hole they're in nutritionally, and this brings them back up to a level playing field and makes up for the nutrition that is lacking in our food supply today. So daily protocol is a couple of capsules from each of these 3 bottles with breakfast, and 2 capsules with lunch. But you can start off slow and just do 1 capsule and then work your way into it. We're very flexible with this one. They're so good, we don't want anybody to miss out on them. Do you have anything else? You want
Yeah,
to share?
doTERRA has a 30-day money back guarantee. They're so confident in this lifelong vitality pack.
Right. So use them for 30 days. You can have empty bottles at the end of 30 days. If you're not pleased, they'll give you your money back.
Mhm.
And then Tara, why don't you take this one?
No, you love Terra.
I know, but I kind of usurped your last slide, so go for it.
So I've been taking different digestive enzymes for decades, really, and trying different ones out. And when Dr. Mika recommended this one to me, I thought, okay, I'll try it. And you know, they're good and I love them, but when I do the full with each meal, but I also add them when I wake up and when I go to bed. Now that's a pro tip that you work up to. You can feel the full power of Terrazyme and there's nothing like it. I'm just going to say that. You can read the slide later.
And I'll get you before we leave. I want to say that they always tell you are what you eat, but that's not true. It's you are what you absorb.
Yeah.
And Terrazyme breaks down all our food in small enough particles that our body can easily absorb them. And that's why we take it. And also cleans off all the grime on our the inside of our intestines.
Yeah.
So we have more surface
Yeah,
area for absorption.
exactly.
So with every meal, as part of our daily
Yeah.
protocol, we're going to take 1 to 2 Terrazyme.
Yeah.
And we also take probiotics. Now we used to take what is it? PB Assist. But starting November 1st, we're going to have PB Restore, where they've upgraded the probiotics. And we're also probiotics snobs, where we used to take the ones that had to be refrigerated and they were liquid, and it was so humbug. It was such a pain when we were traveling, because what if you couldn't keep them refrigerated enough? And
Yeah.
so when we
I
found
admit I'm a probiotic snob.
so when we found out about doTERRA's, and they have something I had never seen before, a dual chamber
Yeah.
capsule, which is a capsule within a capsule. So on the inside of the capsule is the inner capsule has the good bacteria that we need to get into our gut to help us have a healthy microbiome and to support digestion and our immune system. That's on the inside capsule. And then that capsule floats in another capsule that has all the food they need. So it's enterically coated, so it doesn't dissolve until it gets into the intestines. And when it gets there, the bacteria have all the food they eat. We like in Hawaii, we say we send them down with a bento box, which is like a lunch box. And so coming in November is the upgrade, because not only do we have a microbiome in our gut, we have a completely different microbiome, which I like to call a community of bacteria that you need, a balanced community of bacteria that you need to be healthy. But we have a distinct microbiome on our skin and a distinct community or microbiome of bacteria in our lungs, and another distinct one in the reproductive system, and another distinct one in our mouth. So what doTERRA has done, they've upgraded it. So they have bacteria now for every microbiome in the body, and they've added phages. Well, you got to come to the class, which we're going to be doing in a couple of weeks, to hear about those. And so this is part of our daily protocol as well. We just take one a day. And then here's the daily protocol. I'll take this one. So I'll just go over it again. We're not going to read the slide. In the morning, we wake up, we put a drop of Balance and a drop of On Guard on the bottoms of our feet. Then we drink our water with a drop of frankincense and a drop of lemon. Then we have breakfast. With breakfast and with lunch, we're going to, with every meal, we're going to take Terrazyme. With breakfast, we're going to add 1 PB Assist. And after November 1st, it'll be PB Restore. So we get our probiotics.
And I just want to interrupt for a second and say, if this sounds like a lot, you can ease into this and do what you need. But we love this protocol. It's something that we share with all of our patients as something that you can work up to, or you can select the parts in your life that you feel you need.
So breakfast and lunch, we take the Lifelong Vitality Pack and our enzymes. Dinner, just the enzymes. Before we go to bed at night, we're going to diffuse some lavender in our bedroom to help us sleep, but we also put a drop on the bottoms of our feet and another drop of On Guard. And that's what we do every day. We invite you to join us in that if that seems attractive to you. But how do you get all those oils? Oh, wait a minute. Resources first. This is Julie's slide.
So when I first started with doTERRA, I got the Modern Essentials Handbook, and I got it every single year, and I love it. It has descriptions of all the oils and different conditions and blends. And then I also started using the Essential Life, which has great recipes and really just inspiring ideas. But now my favorite one is the Symphony of the Cells. There's a book and an app, and you can just Google Symphony of the Cells to find it, because it has the different protocols, the Symphony of the Cells protocol. So it's like different essential oils that are layered on the body, and it has a particular effect, whether it's hormone balancing or anti-inflammatory or to support your nervous system. And so it has that in all of these different SOC. I think there's 17 different SOC applications, and they're so powerful. You can dilute it with coconut oil if you just want a fraction of a drop. And they also lead you with body systems and helps you to plan out protocols. So they're really, it's a fantastic resource.
And so we'll plug you into those resources, or the person that invited you to the call can plug you into these resources. And then this is the kit that we recommend to get started.
Yes.
Why do we recommend it? Because it has everything that's included
Mhm.
in our daily protocol. It's all here in one place, and you get it wholesale. And if you click the box when you sign up, and we could show you how to do that, or the person that invited you you'll get 10% off your first order.
And so if you're a wellness advocate, learn to use a link generator and link them to this Healthy Habits kit.
Now, there are other choices for kits. If you want to just get started with oils and you just want to dip your toe in the water, these are the top 10 oils in smaller 5 milliliter sizes. They're small bottles, and it comes with a diffuser.
The Pebble diffuser, which used to be the favorite one.
Yeah, before we got the motion activated ones, the Pebble was the easiest because you could lift off the top easy. It's just, I like it. It's just, I'm into easy, what can I say? And then if you want the larger sizes of oils, the larger bottles, 15 milliliters, and the La Luz diffuser, which is a beautiful glass diffuser, then you can go with this one. This is also a highly recommended kit.
Excellent kit.
What is, you want to talk about the Referral Program?
Yes, so this is just for wholesale customers who maybe they don't want to become wellness advocates, or they're just getting to know doTERRA, but they're great at sharing doTERRA and sharing essential oils, and they love the products. There is this Refer a Friend program. So when you log on to your account, you can click on the button to learn more about Refer a Friend, but it's fantastic. It's simple, and wholesale customers can earn up to $599 to spend on oils and pay for shipping and whatnot. So it's really awesome.
Yeah, so anybody that a wholesale customer refers through this program, they will receive, the person that did the referring will receive 20% of the first purchase in doTERRA dollars, which they can spend on more products. So it's a reward that doTERRA sends you just for telling your friends about something that worked for you and that you love.
Yeah. Okay, so there are 3 types of people who come to our classes. So the first type of person is excited to live a natural lifestyle. When they learn about essential oils, they positively impact doTERRA is making around the world, as well as our supplements that we love. They can't wait to share the products with their family. doTERRA supports this type of person by providing free education and generous loyalty rewards program. The second type of person, here we go, loves to share. They naturally share what they love. And doTERRA supports this type of person with an amazingly generous loyalty rewards program, free essential education, as well as the ability to pay for their products. And so at doTERRA, we call this free natural health care. And thousands and thousands and thousands of people around the world are receiving free natural health care from doTERRA in this way. You want to talk about building?
The third type of person that comes to this class is the person that watches the class and say, that's what I want to do. I want to teach people about essential oils. I want to change the world. I want to make a difference. And I like to add, if you're watching this class and you're seeing, you know, David and Julie do the class and you're thinking to yourself, well, I could do that. You know, I could do that better than they're doing it. You're a builder. And doTERRA will help you build a business that can add to your income and then eventually replace your income and eventually dwarf your income. So if you're probably in one, two, or all three of these categories, you'll know which one you fit into. So talk to the person that invited you and they will give you guidance based on what groups you're in. And now we're going to move to the joy of sharing oils. This is where we talk a little bit about the business of doTERRA. And we appreciate you being here for the educational part. And if you're interested in the business, stick with us. And so why doTERRA and why now? This is one of my favorite slides. Yeah. doTERRA is the largest essential oil company in the world. And they do over 2 billion a year in sales, and those little bottles of essential oils. It's just amazing. They're the most tested, most trusted oils on the market. As we talked about, CPTG, certified pure, tested grade. They've raised the bar in an unregulated market. Everybody is trying to catch up to the purity of doTERRA essential oils. They're used by doctors and hospitals worldwide. They're ethically and sustainably sourced. They work directly with farmers, and they prefer to work with small farmers. Yeah. It would cost them a lot less, and it'd be a lot easier for them to work with factory farmers, but they like to go and work with family farms that have been doing it for generations, that are experts in whatever raw material that doTERRA needs for their oils. And they like to help families and villages and communities. And they go in and they say to a community, what do you need? And if they say, well, we need a pure source of water, they'll dig them a well and put them in a filtration, filtration system, or they'll build them a school. And when they build a school, they don't tell them what to teach. Yeah. They just build them the school, and they let them do, let the local people do the rest. They don't have any agenda. I love that about doTERRA. They're in 130 plus markets worldwide. Their compensation plan is genius.
And generous.
And they have a high retention rate of 65%. That's customer loyalty, and that's unheard of in the network marketing community. The average retention rate of network marketing companies is 11 to 12%. doTERRA's is 65%. That's people just use the products over and over again because they're that good, whether or not they have any kind of business opportunity attached to them. And then these last three go together. They're a privately owned company. They have an incredible ownership team, and they're debt-free with no outside funding. And that's why they can stick to purity as their bar, as their, they can stick to their guns on the purity of the essential oils, because they don't have to answer to anybody. They don't have stockholders. They don't have venture capitalists.
Quality for financial reasons.
Saying, hey, we need to make more money, we need more profit. Yeah. Because that's why essential oils do that. If they make the oils cheaper, then they can make more profit. But when they add something that's synthetic, and now an essential oil that was beneficial for your health is dangerous for your health, especially to use internally. And because this is a privately owned company and it's debt-free with no outside funding, doTERRA can stick to their guns and keep purity as their cornerstone.
Yeah. I love that sign so much. Oh my gosh. Questions you may have. How do I make money? how much time is involved? Could this work for me? And what is the next step?
Well, here is
Ugh.
the next step, and this is our formula. This is magic. So these 4 steps are how every person in doTERRA, the business, makes money. First of all, we share the oils with somebody, with friends, relatives, neighbors, and then we teach them just a little bit so they have a good positive experience with the oil. And then we show them how to set up a wholesale account so we don't have to stock it. They can get it directly from the company, and then we support them. And then we repeat it. We share the oils. We teach them a little bit so they have a good experience,
And I want to
set up a wholesale account, and then support them.
Okay, yes, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, repeat. And doTERRA's supplements are amazing. MetaPower is amazing. And so in addition to the essential oils, like you were saying, we share the Healthy Habits Kit. There are amazing other products that you can share about doTERRA, but also for me, doTERRA's commitment to farmers and like small farmers. So the co-impact sourcing, the Healing Hands projects, Source to You, these are all important parts of why we partner with doTERRA. And so share about that and teach about that and help people to empower them. So, okay, this is an odd place to put it in, but I want to share that, you know, when I was just kind of starting out with doTERRA, I remember hearing Erin Fugate talk about how she helped so many people. And I thought to myself, I want to help a lot of people with essential oils and with doTERRA. And I thought, yeah, these are powerful, but I want to do that someday.
You're in group 3, you're a builder.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. But you know, we've been sharing essential oils for almost 10 years now. And David will talk about this more. I mean, and we're talking about, you know, kind of rinse and repeat. This is the process that we go through and just sharing doTERRA. And we have helped so many people. And we've empowered so many people by helping them get their wholesale account with doTERRA and being able to order and look through the catalogs and the live guides and say, hey, I want to focus on nutrition. You know, I think I'm ready to focus on my sleep, and then support them wherever they're at. So it's so simple, but it's really, really powerful.
And so there are ranks that you can achieve, leadership ranks in doTERRA. And this is one here. I'll get my pointer here. The first one is elite, and the average elite makes $357 a month. That's enough. That's on average.
Pay for your oils.
And that's your free natural health care. That's what we call free natural health care. When you get the oils that you're using paid for. And then Julie and I kind of bounce between these two, silver and gold. Silver averages in the industry about $2,350 a month, and you know, that's part of a mortgage payment. That's a car payment. That's a, you know, that is
an expensive car.
Expensive car. Well, or actually in Hawaii that would be a junker. That would be a car. But anyway, it's enough to make a difference in any lifestyle. And gold is almost $5,000 a month.
Yeah.
That's each month. And just imagine having that as supplemental income in addition to whatever you're doing now. And then we're going to skip this one and go right on to Diamond, because, well, one of the things I like about doTERRA is we know people at all these ranks. In fact, they're on this call. Dr. Mika is Diamond, and the average Diamond averages $17,000, not a year, but $17,000 a month. And that is enough to make a difference in anybody's lifestyle. I don't care who you are. And then Dr. Josie is up here at Blue Diamond, and the average Blue Diamond is just under $40,000 a month. And then we've got Aisha up here at Presidential Diamond, and Presidential Diamond averages over $100,000 a month, not a year, a month. And what's the difference between these people and what they're making and these people up here and what they're making? They've been doing, I'm just going to go back one slide, see if I can do it. They've been doing this formula, teaching, sharing, set up the wholesale account, and support. They've been doing it longer. That's the only difference between the people here and the people here. So it's not necessarily easy, but it's a very, very simple pattern to repeat. Share the oils, educate so they have a good experience, set them up with a wholesale account, and then support them. And just do it over and over and over again. And we're experts at it, so we'll show you how to do it. Oh, we're going to talk about the compensation plan. We mentioned before that it was genius.
Yeah.
So here's how it works. There are a number of ways to make money. And doTERRA wants to get money into your hands quickly. So they have what they call a fast start bonus, which is paid weekly. So another pro tip here, in order to qualify for the bonus, you have to have an order in your cart on your website of 100 PV. And you just leave that in your cart, because if it's not in there, you won't get this bonus. It'll just evaporate. So paid weekly. And so here's how it works. If I enroll somebody, that means I just set them up with their wholesale account. For the first 60 days, anything they buy, doTERRA is going to send me a 20% commission. And the person above me that brought me into this business, they're going to send them 10%. And the person that brought them into the business, they're going to send 5%. So this fast start bonus gets money in your pocket right away so that you can pay for the oils that you just bought to get started, and or whatever you need in your life. It puts money in your pocket. So fast start bonus, we love that one. And then this is my absolute favorite. It's called the Power of 3. This is paid monthly. And so for any of you, if you're new to network marketing, don't worry if this goes over your head. But if you're not new to network marketing, pay attention to this one. I don't know any other company that there's a way that we can structure it where with 40 people in your group, in your organization, you can receive a $1,500 bonus every month that you qualify with this structure. And here's how it works.
As opposed to?
As well, in normal network marketing companies, it'd be 200 or 300 people before you can get $1,500. We can do it with 40. So say this is you up here, and you are doing 100 points of essential oils each month, and you share the essential oils with 3 friends who also want to do 100 points a month. doTERRA will send you a $50 check, in addition to all the other bonuses and all the other commissions. This is an extra one. And then when these 3 people want to get their $50 check, they share each with 3 people each that also want to do 100 points in oils each month. doTERRA, instead of sending you a $50 bonus, they'll send you a $250 bonus. And then when each of these 9 people on this level, each one shares with 3 of their friends that also want to do 100 points in essential oils each month, doTERRA, instead of sending you the $250 bonus, now they're going to send you a $1,500 bonus every month that you have this structure and qualify. Now, this is a simplified version of this. There's one other requirement, which is also very, very simple, but we're not going to go over it today. You can ask whoever invited you, and they can go over that with you. But with 40 people, you can have an additional $1,500 a month. I love the power of 3. If you have questions about it, just call me. What's the next one? Oh, this one gets a little more complicated. So if you don't know anything about network marketing, you can tune out for a little bit, or just listen, knowing that as you hear this over and over again, it will sink in. But don't expect it to sink in on the first time, especially when we're going quickly like we're going now. So one of the wonderful things about network marketing is you can create residual income. That's income that continues even if you take a week or a month off. Even if you stop working, it continues. It's money that, while you're sleeping at night will continue coming in. We call it mailbox money. And so the way this works is doTERRA will reward you to create a network. That's why it's called network marketing. And so if you turn on doTERRA essential oils to 3 people, and some people will do a lot more than 3, some people will do a lot less, but just for this illustration, we're using 3 people. You'll have 3 people in your front line on your top level, level 1. And if each of those people share doTERRA essential oils with 3 people, you'll have 9 on your level 2. And if they do the same thing, sharing with 3, you'll have 27 people on level 3. Level 4 goes to 81 people. Level 5, they all do the same thing, just sharing with 3 people, essential oils. You have 243 people on level 5, and then it goes up to 729 people on level 6, and all the way up to over 2,000 people on level 7.
So it's based on that 3-3-3 structure.
Yeah. Now, nobody builds this perfectly like this. It's just an illustration. But most network marketing companies, they want to get some money in your pocket right away too. So they'll give you a larger percentage, like 7% on this top level where you have the least amount of people. And then they graduate down as you get to more and more people in your organization. It goes down to 6% and 5% and 3% and 2%. Now, doTERRA, another thing we love about doTERRA, they flip this on their head. They start you with the low percentage where you have the least amount of people, and they graduate to the highest percentage where you have the most people and you're going to make the most money. So look at the difference just on level 7. If you do it the normal network marketing way, on level 7 with a little over 2,000 people, your commission at 2% would be $12,626. doTERRA flips it and goes all the way to 7% on that level. And so with the same amount of people, just over 2,000, your commission from doTERRA would be over $30,000 that month. Another reason why we love doTERRA and why we just do that formula of sharing, educating, setting up the wholesale account and supporting over and over again, and helping our people do that for their people and for their people and for their people. It's not all people. You don't have to know 2,000 people, but these people know people you don't know. And those people know people that these people don't know. And so and it just keeps branching out. So that's why we do it, because eventually we want to make more money while we're on vacation than we do when we go to work in our present jobs. And with doTERRA, that's possible. You're in business for yourself with doTERRA, but you're never in business by yourself.
Yeah.
And this particular, the way they flipped this, it encourages teamwork. If you have, if you're making more, a higher percentage on the frontline people that you personally enroll, you're going to want to put everybody on your front line.
Yeah.
But if you're making a higher percentage when you put people down lower, then even people that I enroll, I might place them down here or at this level or this level or this level or this level. And that creates teamwork.
Yeah.
And we love that about doTERRA and the
structure of doTERRA.
Yeah. Teamwork and community is built in to the structure.
That's powerful.
What's the next slide? Oh, why don't you take this one?
How much time is involved? I want my oils paired for. So we were talking about sharing, teaching, helping people get a wholesale account, and then supporting them. So about 3 to 5 hours a week of that. I want to supplement my income. So those are really the higher ranks from perhaps from elite to more silver and gold. That's 5 to 15 hours. So you are starting to, as a leader, help other people and help those people to share their oils, to teach, to get wholesale accounts, and to support that. So you're, as a leader, helping other people to share with other people. And then I want to replace my income. That's 15 to 30 hours a week. And that's, we saw the amazing income possibilities. You're really helping to create a legacy with that.
So what's the next step? Well, do you have a wellness advocate account? If the answer is yes, then it's time for you to set up your 100 PV monthly loyalty rewards points order. If the answer is no, you're not a wellness advocate yet, become a wellness advocate. You do that by choosing your starter kit and setting up your monthly loyalty rewards points order. Then reach out for help. We'll plug you into all our free training and resources, and then just start sharing. And now we're going to turn the call back to Aisha. Before we do that, we just wanted to say thank you again. We know you have many choices for spending your time, and we appreciate that you spent it with us, and hope you gained some knowledge from our call.
Thank you both so much. That was wonderful. I loved how you both bantered back and forth. That was great. So good. So we just wanted to make sure all of you were aware of our calls that we have scheduled every Monday at 10 a.m. We join here, and we have a really powerfully packed lineup through the rest of the year. So we wanted to make sure you could put them on your calendar and you knew what was coming. So next week, we have Dr. Josie, and I believe she'll be joined with Dr. Louise Rose, and they are going to do a deep dive into our new PB Restore system and the importance of, next week is, thank you, is our Ariana and her Oils A to Z Wisdom group. She leads the call with a group of our doctors that are on our team, and they're going to do a deep dive into our beautiful oil birch, which is now part of our regular doTERRA collection. And this is a really, really big deal. We have the only pure birch on the market. So this is a really exclusive oil. It has taken doTERRA years to get this for us to be a regular product. And they're going to talk about the energetics, how to use them for your body, and how to use this oil spiritually. So join us next week for that. And then the week after that, we have the deep dive into the PB Restore. And I want to give a shout out to this product. Many of us have started using it since convention. And it is the most powerful and potent probiotic you can get on the market. The diversity of strains in this is really a game changer. And a lot of people think of probiotics are something that are just for your gut, but you know what? They're also for your brain health. And a personal testimony is that I have experienced phenomenal support with my bladder health. So any of you women that are on the, perimenopause, menopause side of life, and if you have a fussy bladder, this product can be extremely helpful for your bladder health. We've also added a new call for any of you that want to share doTERRA, who are building a business. It is at 5 p.m. It's the third Monday of every month, and we are doing laser business coaching. So this is a call for you to come with your questions. We're not going to be presenting topics to you. We might have a few announcements, but really our intention is to have an open forum where you can come with your questions and you can ask all of us leaders for support so you can be successful in growing your business. And then on October 23rd, Ariana Harley and Dr. Louise Rose are going to do a deep dive into our Serenity sleep system, which is also phenomenal. And then, of course, we have a call also on October 30th, and that will be announced shortly. So that wraps up our time today. We do have 5 minutes. Good job, team. If you want to go ahead and take the screen down, we do have 5 minutes. If there's any Q&A about what was taught today, about anything that Julie and David shared, you could put that in the chat. And let's see if we have any questions. Oh, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Dr. Josie, do you have anything you want to add before we wrap up?
Well, thank you so much. Oh, look at that. Sorry, guys. Dr. Shapiro and Dr. Kaneshiro, and for giving us, I think people always appreciate so much the take from practitioners and clinicians who work with patients and have a lot of experience and wisdom. And so for all of us when we say that this is a protocol that we use with almost every patient, that it's a baseline, that it is a foundation for almost, so many people's health, and that we're choosing to partner with this company when we're choosing these supplements and this amazing, potent and pure plant medicine. it does have some weight. So I hope that has been helpful for people to really see these clinicians who have chosen this, and also going into the business side of things, myself and these other physicians who see the value of helping so many people in partnering with doTERRA and earning that compensation in that different way that traditionally you would see physicians doing. And so we just use it when we're seeing patients. We use it in our medicinary like any other product. So I hope that has been helpful for
Thank you,
people.
Josie.
Yeah.
We do have a couple quick questions.
Great.
Somebody asked a question about the doTERRA dollars. And I want to make sure that all of you understand this, because if you're just a customer and you just want to share the love of doTERRA, when you log into your back office, literally a little pop-up is popping up in your back office, and you have a link. And this link goes back to your account. So you can just share this link with friends and family. And anytime anybody goes on and makes a purchase, then you will receive doTERRA dollars. They will be added to your account. You can receive up to 599 doTERRA dollars. The reason for this number is because up to 600, they then have to send you a 1099 and report that to the IRS. So you can earn, and if you're earning more than that, then we actually recommend you consider becoming a builder, and you can talk to the person that enrolled you so you can actually make that in dollars. But then you can then use these points and you can cash them in for free product. Now, many of you know that we have an incredible holiday line being released next month, and we saw all the items at convention and they are so good. I wanted all of them. So if you start sharing your link now and collecting doTERRA dollars, you can then do all of your holiday shopping for free and get everything in the holiday line paid for. So you could make that a goal. And then there was also one more
question about, the Restore. How is that helping the bladder? Is that what
you want to answer that one, Dr. Josie?
Yes, we're good. So I'm going to be with Dr. Louise. The two of us are going to be doing the class. One is that Aisha on the microbiome and this new formulation of PB Restore and the PB Assist. So one of the things is this upgrade to 24 different strains. This is huge. You don't normally see that many different strains. There's 18 billion total CFUs, colony forming units, but there's 24 different strains. There's also these phages, which are slightly different than bacteria. And there's the food, but the two specific strains out of the 24 are very targeted for the vaginal tract and the vaginal canal and the bladder. So for women who have yeast infections, who have different issues with the vaginal tract, and or men, to anyone with a bladder issues, these tracks of probiotics we will see, but they are targeted to be specifically helping those areas of the body.
I'm really excited too about the ones that are targeted for the lungs and the lung health too, if anyone needs some lung support.
Yes, and UTI support. Yep.
Fantastic. I can't wait for
right.
that. Okay, we are at 11 o'clock. We hope you all have a beautiful day. Thank you for joining us live, and we'll see you next week for the Oils A to Z with our incredible panel of speakers. Love you all and have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julie and David. We love you. Aloha, Hawaii.